Hey everybody, it's almost time for Strat-O-Matic baseball. Game was delayed by they had to install a new dishwasher. That's where the water was coming from. Not a lot of water, nothing major. Hopefully this does the trick. The real question is, how loud is the air conditioner? Is it going to be a distraction? Or can you just barely hear it? I know I said 2:30, but I'm going to go ahead and announce the lineups and kind of ease into this one. Today's ball game will feature the San Francisco Giants at the New York Mets, May 14th, 1966, the second of a three-game series. Bobby Bolin on the mound for the Giants. Jack Fisher takes the mound for the Mets. The Giants 13-16 coming into the game. The Mets 5-16. Mets have played fewer games than anyone, well, them in Cincinnati, due to rainouts and postponements. Bobby Bolin, let's check his numbers in the replay. For Bolin, this will be his 8th start. He's 2-4 with a solid 3.33 earned run average. He has 2 complete games. 54 innings, 49 hits allowed, 43 strikeouts. Fisher, a right-hander, comes into the game 0-4 with a 6.1 ERA. This will be his 5th start. He's also made 5 relief appearances and has 1 save. 31 innings, 40 hits allowed, just 16 strikeouts. And Jeremiah's here at Perry. Jeremiah knows someone who can fix that. We've got a good maintenance crew here in this apartment complex. I'm fortunate in that regard. My question for you guys is, can you hear the air conditioner? Or the more better way of putting it is it going to be a distraction? If I could turn it off for an hour, it's not going to get that warm in here in an hour. 98 degrees currently in Spokane. It's not going to hit the 100 they predicted yesterday. Because these clowns here cannot even predict the weather accurately one day in advance. Oh yeah, they get close. Let's go ahead and give you the lineups. I'll do both lineups today. Then we'll get the game started. For the Giants, Tito Funnies will lead off at second base. Len Gabrielson at first base, batting second. No Willie McCovey again. And it's been a few games now, so I'm starting to think he got a minor injury of some kind. Although he did pinch hit in this game. So Gabrielson again gets the start at first base, hitting second. Willie Mays will hit third and center field. Jim Ray Hart, the cleanup man, is at third base. Tom Heller will do the catching and bat fifth. Ollie Brown in right field hits sixth. Don Landrum will be in left, batting seventh. Hal Lanier, the shortstop, hits eighth, and Bolin, the pitcher, hitting ninth. For the Mets, it'll be Ron Hunt leading off at second base. Eddie Brassoux at third base. It's his first start of the year at third base. Johnny Lewis in right field hitting third. Cleon Jones in center field in the cleanup spot. Ed Cranepool at first base hits fifth. John Stevenson will be the catcher today. He'll bat sixth. Ron Swoboda in left field hits seventh. Roy McMillan will be at shortstop hitting eighth, with Fisher, the pitcher, hitting ninth. It's been like 3 games, right, Perry? And welcome, Mike, and thank you. So you can hear it, but it's not a big deal. That's kind of what I was hoping for. You know, I've been thinking about this McCovey thing. It's kind of ironic that he started missing games right after they traded Orlando Cepeda for Sadecki. So another reason. Oh my God. Okay, we've got a cat on the field. And how do I get this back to normal whatever? There it is. Okay, bear with me, because now that the repairmen are gone, well, he might be okay. Mookie's going to spaz out now that the repairmen are gone. He hid from them, of course. But yeah, I mean, not only was that a bad trade for the Giants, it looks like it also came at a very inopportune time. As soon as Cepeda was traded, then McCovey had to miss a few games for some reason. Although, like I say, he did pinch hit in this one. So he's available. And that gets us going. So we got 12 people in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and start the game. Fisher's ready to go. Tito Funnies will lead it off for the Giants. And there's Kenyon. Welcome, Kenyon. Fuentes comes into the game hitting .211. Just 1 home run, 7 RBI. Switch hitter batting left-handed against Fisher. Fisher gets the sign from Stevenson. And we are underway. It's a 1-7 right-handed. Right in his good column, he lofts a lazy fly ball into center field. Cleon Jones coming in. He has it for out number 1, and we are underway. How's everybody doing today? How's the weather out your way? Is it hot everywhere? I assume it probably is. By the time it gets hot in the Pacific Northwest, it's usually hot everywhere. Here's Gabrielson with 1 away. Len just 8 for 49 so far. That's 163. 2 homers, 2 RBIs. Okay, this isn't going to work because he's going to go around and try to get on top of the computer. And we are back. And there's Franklin. Hot and humid in Myrtle. Kenyon, now I feel bad for complaining about 98. Here's Gabrielson. The pitch from Fisher. 2-6 right-handed. He pops him up on the right side. Hunt is there. And he'll take it for out number 2. Up to the plate steps Willie Mays. Mays comes into the game at .311, a major league leading 11 home runs and 25 RBIs. Fisher gets the sign now. Here's the pitch to Willie. 2-7 right-handed. That's a double on a 4 on a 13. He'll settle for a long single, and Mays is aboard with 2 down. Let's check the battery now for the Mets. Fisher a 0. Stevenson a +1. So Mays would be an 18, but with only a 3 chance to get the lead, and not a star stealer. He will stay put. So Mays takes his lead, and here's Jim Ray Hart. Hart 306, 8 homers, 19 RBIs. Fisher gets the sign from the stretch. Pitch to Hart. It's a 5-7 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And down go the Giants in the first. No runs, a hit, 1 left on. After half an inning, San Francisco nothing, and New York coming to bat. Can't help but notice the actual real-life score of this game. I would say that it's highly unlikely that that will replicate itself or even come close to that. We'll see. You never know. And So's in the chat. Welcome, So. Okay, Boland's ready to work. Here's Ron Hunt now to lead things off for the Mets. Hunt leading the team and hitting at .338. No home runs, just 4 RBIs. Boland, the right-hander, gets the sign from Howler. There's the windup. The pitch to Hunt is a 6-2. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Landrum. On the track, makes the catch. And here's Eddie Brasseau. Brasseau getting his first start of the year at third base. He's hitting .214, 6 for 28. No home runs, just 2 RBIs. Boland into the windup. 5-5 right-handed. That's a homer, 1-12. Going back to deep left field. Back on it is Landrum. Back at the wall. Leaps. It's gone. Home run, Eddie Brasseau. I had to look at that twice to see if he had end power. Let's take another look at it. 5-5, homer to 12. Right-hander has the power to roll on an 11. And Eddie Brasseau hits it out of here. His first home run of the season. And with that, the Mets lead it 1-0. Holy cow, Eddie Brasseau. I gotta look at the card now. My goodness, he hit 10 home runs in 405 at-bats. I have to admit, I did not see that one coming. Here's Johnny Lewis with one down. Lewis just 5 for 39, really struggling this year, batting .128. Does not have a home run yet, despite decent power on the card. Left-handed hitter. Boland gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Lewis. It's a 4-7 left-handed, and he loses him ball 4. So a little bit of a rocky start for Boland. And the batter will be Cleon Jones. Cleon hitting .267. No home runs, just 3 RBIs. Boland out of the stretch now. Pitch to Cleon is a 2-9 right-hander. That's a grounder wide of second base. Fuentes has it. His only play is to first. And Lewis will move up to second on the ground ball C. 2 down runner in scoring position, and Ed Kranepool will be up. Kranepool hitting .224, 2 homers, 7 RBIs. Boland trying to get out of this inning now, into the windup. Pitch to Ed is a 2-9 right-hander. That's going to be a 2-star single. He just missed the triple, and that will drive in Lewis. So an RBI single by Ed Kranepool makes it 2-0 Mets. And here's John Stevenson. Stevenson, the left-handed hitting catcher, just 3 for 20 on the season. Does not have an RBI. Day off for Jerry Grody. Stevenson standing in from the left side. Boland from the stretch. Comes in there with a 4-3 left-handed. It's a grounder to first base X. That's going to be Gabrielson. Gabrielson, a 4-E18. Tough play for Len as he ranges to his right. On a 4, he's not going to get it. That's a double 2 stars. Over the bag and into the corner. Brown gets it back in quickly, and with his arm, they're going to hold Kranepool up at third. So a double for Stevenson. off of the first base X chart. Third hit of the inning against Bolin now. 2-0 Mets. Second and third, 2 away, and here's Ron Swoboda. Ron Swoboda hitting 209, just 9 for 43. No home runs, 6 RBIs. Bolin's set now, and here's the pitch. 4-9 left-handed is a single to 5 on a 17. That's going to be a diving stop by Fuentes. Gets to his feet and throws him out to retire the side. The Mets score 2, however, on 3 hits. They leave 2 in scoring position. After 1 inning of play, it's Mets 2, Giants nothing. Moving along to the second, Tom Haller will lead things off for the Giants. Haller comes in at 233, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. Fisher gets the sign from Stevenson now. Here's the pitch to Haller. It's going to be a 1-4 right-handed. It's a comebacker. Fisher has it. Throws to Crane Poole, 1 away. Here's Ollie Brown now with 1 down. Brown hitting just 190 so far, 11 for 58. He does have 2 RBIs. Still looking for his first home run of the season. As Fisher comes set, the wind up and the pitch. 4-9 right-handed. It's a base hit into right field. So Brown drives it the other way. Inside outs it into right for a 1-out single. Brown no threat to steal, and the batter will be Don Landrum. Landrum just 1 for 18 so far. Holy cow. So 1966 has been a struggle for Don Landrum thus far. He's a part-time player, of course. Fisher working out of the stretch now. That's going to be a 2-5 right-handed. He struck him out. Landrum down on strikes, and with 2 away, it'll be up to Hal Lanier. Lanier hitting just 168. He does have 1 home run. Fisher from the stretch now. The pitch to Lanier is a 210 right-handed. It's a liner right at Brassou. He makes the grab, and that will do it. Liner to third. No runs, a hit, 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the second. It's still 2-0. Oh, I'm glad, Perry. The more you know, the more enjoyable it is. That's something Al Michaels once said. If you're going to get people to care about baseball, you have to get them to know the players. They're not going to care about it until they know the players. And I know, Franklin, I still do, but we'll see how it plays out. And Ben has joined us. Welcome, Ben. Yeah, I jumped the gun a little bit there on the 2:30. The job took less time than I thought. I got antsy and thought, the heck with it, let's fire it up. Roy McMillan will lead off the bottom of the second for New York. McMillan comes into the game hitting just 193. He does have a home run. Bolin into the windup now. Here's the pitch to McMillan. That's a 6'10 right-handed. A grounder to third base X. That's going to be a tough play for Hart, who's a 4E30. And here's the play. On a 14 error range. So the roll is a 7 on an E30, and he boots it. Not surprisingly. So E5, McMillan reaches. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Fisher. Fisher, a 1W right-handed pitcher. Let's check his bunt rating. Fisher, a marvelous bunter, an A. I'm going to roll the dice in or back early. 1 to 3, it's in. The infield will be in, making him a B. He's going to lay it down anyway. So with a 3 on a B, he beats out the bunt. And look at that. An A would have been thrown out by the pitcher runner advance. So an A bunter would have made a successful sacrifice bunt. But on a 3, a B and a C beat it out for a hit. So it's a bunt single for Fisher. So everything going the Mets' way so far in the early going here. First and second, nobody out. And here's Ron Hunt now as we swing back up to the top of the lineup. Bolin working out of the stretch now. Comes into Hunt on a 3-7. It's a lazy fly ball into left field. Landrum drifts to his left a little bit and grabs it for out number 1. Checking with the chat again about my air conditioner, if it's too loud. So far, nobody seems to mind it. But that whirring sound you're hearing, that's what it is. It's the air conditioner. And up steps Eddie Brasseau, he of the home run in the first inning. His first of the season. First and second, 1 away. Bolin checks the runners. Now from the stretch delivers a 2-3. It's a grounder to short. That's going to be 2. It's Lanier to Fuentes to Gabrielson. And a 4-6-3 pitcher's best friend ends the inning. No runs, a hit, 2 left on. There was an error. We're through 2 in New York, and the Mets lead it 2-0. Honestly, I'm not sure if the air conditioning isn't more of a distraction to me than it is to you guys. We'll see how it goes. Moving along to the third, Bobby Bolin will lead things off for the Giants. He's a right-handed hitter, 6 with end power, so Bolin could swing the bat a little bit, at least this season. Fisher into the windup. Here's the pitch on a 6-7 right-handed. It's a ground ball to second base X. That's going to be Hunt. It's a tough play for Ron on a 3-E28. Ranges behind the bag. He's not going to get it. That's through up the middle for a base hit. So Bolin, like Fisher, helps his cause with a single. And here's Tito Fuentes. Tito flew out to center his first time up. Fisher working from the stretch now. His pitch to the left-handed hitter is a 6-3. He struck him out. Fisher's third strikeout of the afternoon, and here's Len Gabrielson now. Gabrielson 0 for 1. Fisher from the stretch. Here's the pitch for Len. 210 right-handed. That's a base hit right up the middle. An open single, but Bolin, being a pitcher, is going to be held at second. The Giants, trailing by 2, have put runners on first and second with 1 away. And here comes the Say Hey kid, Willie Mays, to the plate. Jim Ray Hart on deck. Mays standing in now. He singled his first time up. Fisher checks the runners. Now from the stretch, pitch to Willie Mays. That's a 2-4 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep left center. Cleon Jones is heading back to the gap. At the track, at the wall, it's gone. Willie Mays has just put the Giants out in front with a 3-run home run. His major league leading 12th of the season. Holy cow, let's look at that again. 2-4, no doubt about it. 443 feet estimated. A prodigious blast by the Say Hey Kid. Here's Jim Ray Hart now. Bases empty, one down. Hart struck out his first time against Fisher. And greetings to Mike. Welcome to the chat, Mike. Also known as STM. Fisher rubbing up a new ball now. Gets the sign from Stevenson. Pitch to Hart is a 5-9 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Hart goes down swinging for the second time today. That's out number 2. And here's Tom Haller. Haller 0 for 1. Fisher gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Haller now. It's a 6-5 left-handed. That'll be a ground ball to shortstop X. That's McMillan. McMillan into the hole, a 3E20. Here's the play. Error range. The roll is an 8 on an E20. He makes the play and throws him out. Nice play, McMillan. 6-3X retires the side. The Giants, however, take the lead on the 3-run blast by Willie Mays and go to the bottom of the third, leading it 3-2. And welcome to Michael. Oh, that sounds wonderful, Michael. Perry, to answer your question there, they moved out last Monday, a week ago today. It's been quiet as a mouse since then. And Keith Long is here as well. Welcome, guys. The maintenance delay apparently not affecting everyone's schedule too much. I'm thankful for that. Mets will have the heart of the order here in the bottom of the third. Lewis, Jones, and Cranepool. Lewis walked his first time up, came around to score. Bolin into the windup now. Here's the pitch to Lewis. That's a 1-3 right-handed single into right field. So a leadoff single by Johnny Lewis. And the tying run is aboard. That'll bring up Cleon. Cleon still off to kind of a slow start on the season, although he does have his average up to 267 coming into the game. He grounded to second his first time up. Bolin now working out of the stretch. Comes set, and the pitch to Cleon is a 4-3 right-handed. That's a grounder to first base X. That's going to be Gabrielson again. 4E18 as he ranges to his right. And it is a 2, and he's not going to get that one either. That's past him and down the line for a single. Lewis will round and head into third. Brown gets it back in quickly as Jones rounds first and slams the brakes on. He'll hold there. And the Mets are in business with runners at the corners and nobody out. So 2 X plays that Gabrielson could not handle. And here is Ed Cranepool now. Cranepool with an RBI single his first time up. With no one out, the Giants are going to play it back. Double play depth for Cranepool. Bolin gets the sign from the stretch. That's going to be a 1-4 right-hander. A grounder to first base, B. Gabrielson down to Lanier for 1. Back to first, not in time. That'll go as a force, and the tying run will score. Cranepool will pick up an RBI on that. And the game is tied. Here's John Stevenson now. Stevenson doubled his first time up. Runner at first, 1 down. Bolin out of the stretch. 3-5 right-handed. He struck him out. First strikeout of the game for Bolin. And that'll bring up Ron Swoboda. Swoboda 0 for 1. Bolin gets the sign now. A It's a 2-7 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. And that will end the inning for the Mets. They do tie the game, however. A run on 2 hits, they leave a man. And we're through 3 here in a 3-3 tie. And welcome to Dave Little. Glad to have you, man. Boy, it sure is, Ben. This is looking like all bets are off as far as my prediction. There's Fisher now getting ready to go to work in the 4th. Ollie Brown will start it off for San Francisco. Brown singled his first time off of Fisher today. Fisher gets the sign from Stevenson. The windup, the pitch to Ollie is a 2-6 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. And for Fisher now, that's his 5th strikeout. Fisher's had very good stuff today. 3-run homer to Willie Mays hurt him. Other than that, he's pitched well. Here's Landrum now. He struck out his first time against Fisher. Fisher into the windup at the pitch. A 6-6 right-handed. That is going to be a double to 2 on a 15. Landrum will settle for a long single. And Don Landrum is aboard with 1 down. Landrum no threat to run, and the batter will be Lanier. Al Lanier 0 for 1. Fisher out of the stretch comes set now. The pitch to Lanier is a 4-6 right-handed. It's a fly ball into straightaway center. Jones barely has to move and makes the catch for out number 2. So it'll be up to Bobby Bolin if the Giants are going to do anything here in the 4th. Bolin, a decent hitting pitcher with end power. Singled his first time up and scored a run. Fisher out of the stretch. 6-6 right-handed. It is a single 2-star. He just missed the double. 2-star single. Landrum rounds and scoots into 3rd. And Bolin's 2 for 2. So Bobby Bolin trying to help his cause with the bat today. Runners at the corners, 2 down. It will be up to Tito Fuentes. Fuentes 0 for 2 so far. Switch hitter, batting left-handed. Fisher, a throw over to first. Didn't really have his heart in it, as Bolin didn't have much of a lead. Bolin staying pretty close to the bag, in fact, as Fisher comes set from the stretch. Pitch to Fuentes, a 3-8 right-handed as a 2-hopper down to first. Cranepool playing close to the bag, takes it himself, and that will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, a pair left on. We go to the bottom of the 4th, still a 3-3 ball game. As Bolin gets loose, I'm going to take a quick moment and grab my water. Okay, and we're back. McMillan, Fisher, and Hunt due for New York in the bottom of the 4th. McMillan 0 for 1, reached on an error. Bolin into the windup. Here's the pitch to McMillan. It's a 4-7 right-handed, and he loses him, ball 4. A lead-off walk to the light-hitting shortstop. And that'll bring up Fisher in a tie game. Giants will definitely pull the infield in the 4th inning. Fisher and A. Bunner, you might remember he tried to lay one down in the second inning and beat it out for a single. He's going to lay one down again. He's a B. It's a 6B successful sacrifice bunt. That's going to go 5-3 on the sacrifice, and McMillan will take second with one away. Here's Hunt now. To answer your question, Jeremiah, with the runner held or the infield in, ground ball A plus is a single 2 stars. Hunt at the plate now with the runner at second and one down. He's flown out to left field both times today. Bolin into the windup. 4-4 right-handed. It's a catcher's card X. That's going to be Haller. Haller a solid 3E4. And here's the play. On a 14, that will be a pop out to the catcher. Runners hold. So 2X, Hunt retired. There's 2 down. And Eddie Brasseau, the batter. Brasseau 1 for 2 with his first home run of the season in the first. Bolin checks the runner, now comes to the plate. 5-10 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. And that'll end the inning for New York. No runs, no hits, they leave a man. After 4 innings complete, we're all knotted up at 3. Yes, sir, that's a single 2 stars. Yep. And welcome to Greg. It's a tight one so far, a seesaw battle. Giants will start off the 4th by sending Len Gabrielson to the plate. Len 1 for 2 today. Fisher gets the sign into the windup now. Here's the pitch to Gabrielson. It's a 4-10 left-handed, a fly ball into center field X. That's going to be Cleon. 3E8. Cleon's on his horse. Going back now. Here's the play. On a 3, he's not going to get it. That's down for a single. Gabrielson rounds and slams on the brakes. And he's got himself a leadoff single, and Len Gabrielson is 2 for 3. And here comes Willie Mays, singled and homered, his 3-run blast providing all of the Giant offense so far. Fisher working from the stretch, comes set now. Here's the pitch to Willie Mays. On a 1-4, a grounder down to third base. Brasseau has it to Hunt for 1. Nice turn to Crane Poole for the twin killing. 5-4-3, runner is erased. And here's Jim Ray Hart. Hart struck out both times against Fisher so far. Fisher into the windup now. The pitch to Hart is a 4-6 right-handed. Fly ball into center field. Jones backing up a bit and hauls it in to retire the side. So no runs, a hit, nobody left. Halfway through, it's a 3-3 tie. And here's Bolin now. Two starters with 4 losses coming into the game, so something's got to give here. It'll be the heart of the order for the Mets in the bottom of the 5th. Lewis, Jones, and Crane Poole. Lewis walked and singled so far today. Bolin gets the sign from Haller now. The windup and the pitch to Lewis is a 5-6 left-handed, a triple to 2 on a 7. That's going to hang up in center for Willie Mays, who goes back on it. Makes it look easy, actually, and grabs it for out number 1. Here's Cleon now. Cleon's 1 for 2. Bolin into the windup. The pitch to Cleon is a 4-7 right-handed, and he loses him, ball 4. So Cleon Jones jogs down to first on the 1-out walk. He's a star 15 stealer. Let's check the Giant battery now. Bolin with a poor +3 hold. Haller is 0. That would make Jones an 18. They will hold him on, making him a 16. And with Ed Cranepool at bat, he's going to try for that lead. 2-7. 2, he's got it. 1-16, the pitch to Cranepool. There goes Jones. The throw down. He's in there on a possible overthrow. Haller a 1-7. Throws it into center field. It's a stolen base and error. Second error of the game for the Giants, and that puts Jones at third base with 1 out. He's the go-ahead run down there. The Giants will pull the infield in. So Jones with the steal takes third on the overthrow. And here's the next pitch to Cranepool. Infield in now on a 1-12. It's a foul ball behind the plate. Haller going back, drops the mask, and he'll take it for out number 2. And what a huge out that is. It's up to Stevenson now, 1 for 2 today. Ron Swoboda on deck. They'll pitch to Stevenson. Bolin, full windup. Here's the pitch now on a 1-7. Struck him out. And Bolin gets out of the jam, striking out Stevenson for the second time today. Another 0 in the scoreboard there. No runs, no hits, 1 left through 5 innings of play. It's a 3-3 ball game. Both starting pitchers rated 7 for endurance. And it'll be Tom Haller to lead off the 6th for the Giants. Haller's 0 for 2 so far. Stevenson flashing the signs now. Fisher into the windup. Pitch to Haller's a 3-8 right-handed. It's a grounder into the hole. McMillan there. He's got it. Plants and throws in time. That'll bring up Ollie Brown. 1 for 2 today. Singled in the 2nd. Struck out in the 4th. Fisher into the windup. Pitch to Brown is a 6-2 right-handed. It's a fly ball. It's well struck to left field. Going back is Swoboda, just shy of the track to make the catch. So Brown gave it a ride, but it died in left field. And with 2 away, Don Landrum will be the hitter. Landrum 1 for 2 today. Left-handed hitter. Fisher set now. Here's the pitch to Landrum on a 5-4 left-handed. He walks him. Ball 4. 2-out walk to Landrum will bring Hal Lanier to bat. Hal 0 for 2 today. Fisher working out of the stretch now, set and delivers a 2-9 right-handed. It's a 2-hopper to third, backhanded by Brasseau, fires to Cranepool, and that will do it. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. Both pitchers have settled down since the 3rd inning. It's still 3-3. Now it's almost who will blink first. Another thing worth pointing out is with two S7 starters, it's very likely that the bullpens will be involved on both sides today. Bottom of the order for the Mets: Swoboda, McMillan, and the pitcher's spot. Would the Mets hit for Fisher in a tie game? I throw that out to the chat. What would you do? Swoboda 0 for 2. Bolin into the windup now. The pitch to Swoboda. That's a 2-4 right-handed. Comebacker. Bolin has it. Toss to Gabrielson. 1 away. Roy McMillan will be the hitter. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Bolin into the windup. The pitch to Roy. 5-8 right-handed. It's a 2-hopper to third. Hart has it. Fires to Gabrielson. 2 down. And with 2 out quickly, we're going to leave Fisher in. Bolin with a pitch to the right-hander. 3-4 comebacker. Bolin has it. Tosses to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bolin. We're through 6 innings in a 3-3 tie. I think he does, Greg. I personally remember Hunt with the Expos. I think he was with the Expos when he had his record 51 hit by pitch season. At least I think it was 51. I'm going strictly from memory now. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. In fact, I'm depending on it. 7th inning in a tie game. Hell, I'm going to let Bolin bat too. He's 2 for 2, and he's a 6 with end power. Fisher comes in there on a 6-5, a grounder to shortstop X. That's McMillan, a 3-E-20. We're letting the starters go today. Here's the play. It's a 1. He's not going to get that. That's under his glove and into left field. And how about that? Bobby Bolin is 3 for 3. We had 2 near misses, Craig. We have not had a triple, but 2 near misses. First inning of potential fatigue for Fisher. With a leadoff single by the pitcher, they're going to get somebody up now in the Mets pen. Right, left. Dick Selma, the right-hander, and Bill Hepler, the left-hander, throwing down there. And Tito Fuentes will come to the plate, 0 for 3 today. And 0 for 3, he's laying it down. He's an A bunter on a 6. It's a good bunt. Brassou has to take it, throws to first, and moves Bolin into scoring position. So Fuentes with kind of a surprise bunt there. And Len Gabrielson, who's 2 for 3 today, steps into the left-handed batter's box. Isn't that the truth, Dave? I swear. I find the same thing to be true. Go ahead, run in scoring position now in the 7th inning. Here's Gabrielson. Fisher Checks the runner, now into the windup. Pitch to land is a 4-4 left-handed. That's going to be catcher's card X. That'll be Stevenson. Stevenson, a 4E11. Hold your breath on this one. On a 12, that's the error rating. It's that 5 on an 11, and he boots it. That's going to be an error on Stevenson, putting runners at first and third. First New York error of the day. And the Giants are in business. Runners at the corners, one away, and Willie Mays coming to bat. Mays already with a home run in this ball game. Stevenson out to the mound now. Fisher not looking too happy about the visit. Okay, they're set now. Runners at the corners with one out. They're going to be at double play depth, or are they? Let's look at this. Looks like he's got about 7, 13, 7. Yeah, he's got quite a few ground ball A's. Okay, double play depth for the Mets. Fisher out of the stretch. The pitch to Willie Mays. 1-4, it's a grounder to third. He's going to get his double play. Brassou has it quickly to Hunt, turns to Cranepool, and a 5-4-3 double play ends the inning. No runs, a hit, one left. There was an error. We go to the bottom of the 7th, still tied at 3. And as Bolin gets ready to work, he'll be entering his first inning of potential fatigue. Yeah, no doubt, Ben. That and a pool on which inning the triple is going to occur. Hell, you guys could be making all kinds of money on the side. And thank you, Kenyon. I just noticed your research there on Ron Hunt. Appreciate that as always. Yeah, Mays has grounded the 2 double plays to third base. Top of the order as we move to the bottom of the 7th in a tie game. Ron Hunt will start us off. He's 0 for 3. Bolin gets the sign from Howard. Here's the pitch to Hunt. That's going to be a 3-9 right-handed, and he hits him. Hunt, of course, hanging over the plate as always. And for Ron Hunt, that is his 4th hit by the pitch of the season. The star 15 stealer, he'll have to be held. That would make him a 16. However, the 8 and 10 automatic caught will dissuade him from trying for the lead. And here's Brassou now. Brassou 1 for 3 with a homer, and he's laying it down. He's a B bunter. The roll is a 5, and he executes a perfect sacrifice bunt. Third sacrifice bunt of the game. Very unlike me, I know. You never know what gets into me in these games sometimes. Every day is different, right? Perhaps having my start time delayed has thrown me into a funk. I'm completely out of character today. With the go-ahead run at second base and 1 down, Johnny Lewis will step to the plate. Cleon Jones on deck. Lewis 1 for 2 with a walk. And now action in the Giant bullpen. Ron Herbel, the righty. Joe Gibbon, the left-hander down there. Lewis, a left-handed batter. Bolin checks the runner. Now the windup, and the pitch to Lewis is a 3-7 right-handed, a grounder to second base. That's going to be Fuentes. He'll throw him out as Hunt takes third. So Hunt's at third with 2 down. Here's Cleon Jones trying to pick him up. Bolin, of course, trying to slam the door on this inning. Cleon's 1 for 2 with a walk. Bolin staring in now. Checks the runner, the windup, the pitch to Cleon. 6-3, right-handed. Base hit into right field, and the Mets take the lead, 4-3. RBI single for Cleon. Hunt in to score. Cleon 15, 18, 16 held with a +3 battery. He's trying for the lead. 2-7. He's got the lead. The pitch to Cranepool. Here he goes to 16. The throw. He's out. Oh, what a peg by Haller. So Jones, who stole a base and took third on the overthrow by Haller in the 5th inning, is pegged as Haller fires a missile down there today. And that retires the side. The Mets take the lead, however, a lone run on a hit. Nobody left on. Through 7 innings complete, it's 4-3 New York. Cranepool left standing at the plate. And welcome to Jeffrey. Jeffrey's here in the chat today. Hope your day is going well. Cleon, a Jeffrey favorite. I know that, right? We go to the 8th inning in a 4-3 game. Both starting pitchers still in the game. It'll be Hart, Haller, and Brown due here for the Giants. Jim Ray Hart 0 for 2, struck out twice so far against Fisher. Fisher into the windup now. Here's the pitch to Jim Ray Hart on a 1-8. It's a comebacker. Fisher has it, tosses to Cranepool for the first out. Here's Haller now. Tom Haller 0 for 3 today. Fisher gets the sign. Here's the pitch. 3-10 right-handed. Fly ball into straightaway center. There's Cleon backing up a few steps and pulls it in for out number 2. So 2 out quickly in the 8th. And Ollie Brown will be the hitter. Ollie 1 for 3 so far. Hold on, Jack Fisher. No, that was the 3rd out. We had a sacrifice bunt to grounder to second on the caught stealing. Brown 1 for 3. Here's the pitch from Fisher now. It's a 3-3 right-handed, and he works out a walk. So a 2-out walk to Brown. Brown not a threat to steal. And that'll bring up Don Landrum. Landrum 1 for 2 with a walk. Left-handed hitting outfielder. Fisher checks his runner now, working from the stretch. Pitch to Landrum's a 5-10 left-handed. It's a shallow fly ball into right field. Lewis coming hard now. He's there. And that'll do it for the Giants in the 8th. No runs, no hits. They leave him in. Giants come up empty in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 4-3, New York. Now Herbal sits down, and Frank Lindsay, the righty, joins the left-handed Gibbon in the pen. Ed Cranepool, who was left standing at the plate as Cleon was caught stealing to end the inning. He'll start it off with a fresh count here. Ed 1 for 3 today. Bolin gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Cranepool. It's a 6-9 left-handed. It's a line drive, soft liner right into the glove of Len Gabrielson. One away, and here's John Stevenson. Stevenson doubled in the first, struck out twice. Bolin gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Stevenson now. It's a 4-2 left-handed grounder wide of second. Fuentes plugs up the hole. Sidearm flip to Gabrielson. And quickly there's 2 away. Looks like there's activity in the Met bullpen as well. As Dennis Rybant begins throwing. Here's Swoboda with 2 down and nobody on. Ron 0 for 3 today. Bolin into the windup. Here's the pitch to Swoboda on a 3-7 right-handed. Single to 5 or on a 12. That soft liner is grabbed by a leaping Fuentes to end the inning. 1-2-3 inning for Bobby Bolin, and we're through 8. The Mets lead it 4-3. Let's check the defense now for the Mets. Let's see what we can do for them. The outfield's solid. We can definitely improve them at third base, though. So Ken Boyer is going to come off the bench and take over at third for Eddie Brasou. Boyer at 2E26. Rybant working ferociously now down there in the pen. Looks like Fisher's going to start the inning, but he'll be on a short leash. It'll be Lanier, the pitcher's spot, and Fuentes for the Giants. 4-3 Mets as we go to the 9th. Yeah, I'm with Kenyon. We got to let him pitch. But if he gets in trouble, they'll go to Rybant quickly. So here's Lanier 0 for 3. The pitch, a 2-5, grounder down to third base. Jim Ray Hart. Sorry. Just inserted into the game, Boyer. Excuse me. Boyer with a fine play to throw him out, and there's 1 out. And look who's coming up. Now you could say, hey, you're pinch hitting for a guy who's 3 for 3, right? Bolin was 3 for 3 today. He'll yield here to Willie McCovey. McCovey comes into the game hitting .296 with 7 home runs and 14 RBIs. And the Mets are going to go to the pen. They're going to bring in Hepler. So a fine game for Fisher, who leaves to a huge round of applause from the crowd. In 8 1/3 innings, he gave up 5, 7, 8, 9 hits. Three runs. Walked a pair. Struck out quite a few. 5, and then no more. Did not have a strikeout since the 4th inning. Finished with 5 Ks. And Bill Hepler, the left-hander, called on to pitch to McCovey. As much as I would like to let Fisher go, just not a good matchup for the Mets. McCovey still with good power against lefties. Hepler ready to work now. 1 out, nobody on. Mets lead by a run. McCovey swinging that bat around. Hepler gets the sign from Stevenson. Here's the pitch to Willie McCovey. On a 3-6, he loses him, ball 4. So Hepler, pitching carefully to McCovey, walks him. And probably a pinch runner now, right? Unfortunately, their only pinch running choice is their best other hitter on the bench, but we've got to do it. Jesus Alou will come in and run for McCovey. So Alou is at first. Hepler will turn Fuentes around. And the left-handed Gabrielson on deck. Alou a star 15 stealer, but Hepler with an excellent -4 hold combined with Stevenson's +1 arm, that's 3. That knocks Alou down to a 12, and they won't even need to hold him. Alou takes his lead. Hepler a throw over there, Alou back to the bag. Now a little larger lead for Alou. Fuentes standing in from the right side. Hepler out of the stretch. Here's the pitch to Fuentes. It's a 3-9, grounder to third base. Boyer has it down to Hunt for 1 to Cranepool, not in time. It's a force play. And Fuentes winds up at first. So Alou's erased. There's 2 down now. Fuentes at first. And Len Gabrielson due up. Is it going to be Gabrielson? Or do they have a right-handed hitter? Jim Davenport's grabbed a bat. He's going to hit for Gabrielson. And as soon as Davenport's announced, here comes Wes Westrom. And he's going to go to Rybant. So the chess matches ensue. All kinds of moves here in the late innings. Hepler's out of the game, and here comes Rybant. Rybant in our replay so far, 0-2 with 2 saves and a 2.0 ERA. This is his 8th relief appearance. He did have 1 start. He's the save leader on the team with 2. Keep in mind they've only won 5 games, so. Okay, now the question is, will Herman Franks counter that? He doesn't really have much to counter it with. guess he could do a little bit better with... No, he really couldn't. I was going to say we could go to Cat Peterson, but he's a weak. Davenport, at least with N power, has some pop, and that's what it's going to come down to here in the 9th inning. With Tito Fuentes standing at first base and 2 down, Dennis Rybant versus Jim Davenport. Davenport hitting .319 on the season so far, 15 for 47 with 1 home run and 6 RBIs. And the game on the line here. Rybant checks the runner. Here's the pitch to Davenport. 1-5 right-handed, a single on a 5 and on a 3. It's down there. It's knocked down at second by Hunt, but he has no play. That will go as an infield single, and that moves the tying run into scoring position. And the Mets fans on the edge of their seats here as Willie Mays strides to the plate. Oh my goodness. What a freaking matchup. Mays 2 for 4 today, a single and a 3-run homer, which provided all of the Giants' runs. But he's also grounded into 2 double plays. Stevenson's out to the mound. He's having a little conference with Rybant, how they want to go about this. And now, home plate umpire Bill Williams comes out and breaks up the chat. Okay, Stevenson flashing the signs. First and second runners take their leads. Rybant, the pitch to Willie Mays. 1-5, he struck him out. And the fans go crazy. Oh my goodness, what a much needed win for the Mets. No runs, a hit, 2 left on, and in a nail biter, the Mets emerge victorious 4-3. I'll have the totals for you in just a moment. And that was a well-earned save by Dennis Rybant, to be sure, his 3rd of the season. Fisher holds on to secure his first win of the year. He's 1-4 now. Bobby Bolin, the hard luck loser, drops to 2-5. And the Giants' struggles continue. They drop to 13-17. Mets improved to 6-16. No runs charged to Hepler. Rybant, a 1/3 of an inning. 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Bolin with a complete game. A 7-hitter. He walked 1, 2, 3. He walked 3 and hit a batter. And struck out 4. Player of the game. I'll take suggestions. Frank likes Fisher. I like Fisher for that. I like Fisher for Chief Spokane Gary Player of the Game. The totals for the Mets: 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. The Giants, 3 runs, 10 hits. They made 2 errors. And Jeffrey likes Fisher. Fisher it is. Chief Spokane Gary Player of the Game is going to be Jack Fisher. That is quite a feat, Frank. You're absolutely right. Although I must say the Giants, holy cow, they came into this game batting .228 as a team. That's kind of hard to believe, isn't it? Okay, before I get out of here, I should let you know right now I will be a little later again tomorrow. This one will be scheduled, however, as a 2:30 p.m. start. I have a chiropractor appointment tomorrow. And that will be the Houston Astros at the Philadelphia Phillies. Larry Dierker will start for the Astros, Bob Buell for the Phillies. 2:30 p.m. Pacific. So please be here for that. In the meantime, I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed this hell of a ball game. Hit that like button on the way out. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Spokane Steve wishing everybody a pleasant good evening. Take care, everyone.